back to another underrated movies video. I love these videos. If you haven't seen an underrated movies video before, basically I pick out 3 movies which I really enjoy but consider to be kind of underrated, or movies that I haven't heard people talk about much, or maybe a film that people might judge from the cover and not watch because of that. So I picked another 3 and I'm really excited about the 3 I have for you today. So the first one is one that I've been really looking forward to talking about for a while. I was going to do a review on it, but then I thought, well, I'll include it in underrated movies and then maybe in the future I'll do a review on it. You might have seen it in a video recently because it is Phoebe in Wonderland, which I got for Christmas, which was my wild card this Christmas. If you don't know about that, then definitely check out the Christmas video and I explain that whole thing. But yeah, so this movie I had seen quite a few years ago, and I watched it, I think I watched it online because it wasn't available in the UK, that's why I watched it online. And it had Elle Fanning in, who I'm really big fan of. I used to be a massive fan of Dakota Fanning, and I then, was obviously looking at things her sister did, but I think Elle Fanning is now doing brilliantly. I mean, she's been in some great movies as of recent, and this is kind of one of her, it's been out a while, but like I say, it was released in America, not over here in the UK. And then this year, no, I'm so sorry, I keep forgetting we've changed years. Last year, 2014, it was finally released on DVD in the UK, and I was like, oh. And then I'd never mentioned this to my mum, but she got me this for Christmas. She doesn't really know what it's about or anything, but I guess she thought the cover was pretty and it sounded interesting. I don't know, maybe, I don't know why, I haven't spoken to her about that. But, now essentially this movie, it's called Phoebe in Wonderland, and it does have some kind of connection to Alice in Wonderland, but it's a lot different than it might come across as. It's definitely not a children's film. I mean, it's rated 12, and I think I watched it when I was maybe about 13, but it's not got anything that's wrong in it. I mean, I think that 12, 13, 14 could enjoy it, but I feel like it's definitely not, it's very different. Basically, it's about this young girl, played by Elle Fanning, who has a lot of problems. She has, well, you don't exactly know what it is she has until later on in the film, but from the beginning, you get the gist of that she has like kind of OCD and Tourette's, because of the way that she acts and the way that she is, and certain things you can really pick up on it, that she really struggles with different things. It's kind of about her and her struggles and the connection with her mum, who is played by Felicity Huffman, is that her name? Yeah, she's from Desperate Housewives, and she also has a sister, played by Bailey Madison actually, who I also really like in films. I think she's a great child actress, and so she has a sister, and it's just basically about her struggles with life and things, but it's kind of done in a great way. Sometimes I feel like with movies like that it can be done in a really good way or it doesn't work, but this really works because you kind of really do feel for her and her confusion, and it's just done in it's a beautiful film. She kind of starts to take place in this play. Now, she auditions for this play for Alice in Wonderland. Her mum is very much a big fan of Alice in Wonderland. She works writing about things about Wonderland, and so Phoebe is her name. I don't know why I keep calling it Elle Fanning's character. Phoebe kind of wants that connection too, and wants that, to forget about reality and go to Wonderland. And so she's part of this play for Alice in Wonderland. It's kind of just about that. It's very, I don't know, it's a really interesting, thought-provoking, heartwarming film that I love, but it looks amazing too. It's got so many moments in it that are just so interesting. I really enjoyed this movie. I definitely recommend you check it out, but I feel like it's definitely not for everybody. I don't think everybody's going to be like, yes, I love that movie, but for me personally, I really love it. I give it 4.5 stars, and there's just something about it. I've loved it since I was young. I really enjoyed it when I was younger. I watched it many times, and then I watched this as soon as I got it because I knew I just really wanted to watch it again. And as I was watching it, I just knew that I was going to be watching this many times, and that I kind of appreciated it more for the film that it is, and everything that it kind of stands for, and the interesting way it looks at these certain problems that people can have, and it's really great. I really love it. If you think you would enjoy this movie, I highly recommend it. It's definitely a favourite of mine, so yeah, check out Phoebe in Wonderland, and it has this amazing cover. It's like got these butterflies. So yeah, I really love that one. Now, interestingly, I didn't even think about this when I put this one in the pile. I've got another one here, and this one has Dakota Fanning in when she was very young. And this movie was one of my favourite movies when I was younger. I think I watched it first time when I was about 12. That's around about the time it came out as well, and it is Hide and Seek. I've never heard anyone else talk about this movie, and I feel like other people might not quite enjoy it. I mean, it's got Robert De Niro in as well, and I loved it. I thought it was so amazing. Obviously I didn't see this. It's a kind of like a horror movie. It's not too scary. It's creepy. I mean, yeah, it says 15, but it's a horror movie. It's a creepy film, and it's about this girl. And I feel like if I saw this now, I feel like it was very typical. But when I watched it when I was younger, I hadn't seen that many. It was like I hadn't seen it done over and over again, so it was new for me. So you know, this daughter and her father moved to this new house because the mother's died, and then it's not a ghost story or anything. It's a really, really interesting story about this girl who has this imaginary friend, and they're kind of, and what this imaginary friend tells us to do, and the twist blew me away. I mean, I was young, but it blew me away, and I still watch this, and I love it. Dakota Fanning's amazing in it, Robert De Niro is fantastic. This movie, I can't tell you much about it, because I think you best go into it not knowing that much. Just go into this movie and watch it, because I loved it. I mean, granted, I was quite young, so it was probably more exciting, more surprising, more creepy than it would be now, but I still watch this movie and I still love it, so I definitely recommend it. And it's an interesting, creepy, kind of eerie movie that I think it does something a little bit different. I liked the direction this movie took, and I still to this day think it took a really interesting direction, and I loved it for that. It didn't kind of do the, even though it seems like it's kind of in the norm with the you know, concept of the film, with them moving out to this new house because their mother's died, it takes it in a direction that I wasn't expecting, that I absolutely loved. And the last half an hour, 20 minutes of this film, it's just very, very good. So I really, really enjoyed this. Definitely check out Hide and Seek. That's kind of all I can say about it, but I would recommend it highly. So yeah, that is Hide and Seek. And then finally, you guys are going to be like, you've picked that. But I'll show you. I know what you're thinking. Why you picked that? So Safe Haven. Now it looks like the absolute romantic comedy that you all think that it might be if you haven't seen it, but this movie surprised me so much. I love it. So it's based on Nicholas Sparks' book, which, you know, I've not read a book by Nicholas Sparks, but I think some of his movies, I actually quite enjoy them all. But this one does something differently, and it surprised me, which is what I look for with, you know, movies. I like to be surprised, I like it to be new, I like it to take a direction that I did not expect. So basically this movie is so much more than a romantic movie. We have this girl here who moves to this new town where Josh Duhamel, his character, he lives and he works, and he has 2 young children, and then obviously, you know, they meet and they like each other, and that's, you know, what you would expect from this film. But it just takes it to something different. So they both have an interesting backstory, which I won't tell you in much detail because you best to find out by yourself, but she's come from this place and she's kind of running away from her past, and that's kind of all you know. And finding out that whole backstory, it's like a mystery, it's more of a mystery than anything. I loved it. Finding out her whole backstory and what it is that she's moved to this town for was so interesting. And his story is, I think it's in the trailer so I can tell you this, his wife has passed away and he's left with his 2 children. And that again becomes so much more than what it's first, you know, presented to be. And so I love this movie. It kind of has everything. It has a little bit of like mystery to it. I can't give too much away. That's the thing. This movie is great. I really, really recommend it. If you look at this front cover and think, yeah, no, I'm not going to enjoy that movie, you might be surprised. I think this is a romantic movie that kind of everybody could enjoy unless they hate romance movies. Like, if you absolutely hate them with a passion, then I can understand you wouldn't enjoy it. But yes, I really enjoyed this movie. I could watch this over and over and over again, and it surprised me every time. I'm like, yes, this is what I like romantic movies to be. I like them to have a little bit of an edge, a little bit more than just what they are shown to be. So definitely don't judge this one by its cover. I highly recommend you check this out if you think you might be interested. I enjoyed it. It surprised me. It was interesting. It kept me wondering what was happening, which I loved. So yeah, definitely check out Safe Haven. I would really recommend that. So yeah, the 3 that I've picked today, I'm really happy about. I really love them all. I could happily sit down and watch each of these right now and be very happy. So if you see any of these 3, let me know in the comments below. Let me know which ones you haven't seen, or if there's any that you're not interested in. And I can't wait to do more underrated movies videos this year, because I love picking the movies for them. So yeah, thumbs up if you enjoy these underrated movies. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you then. Goodbye!